So this practice of meditation really is an exploration of the quality of stillness, the experience of stillness. That stillness pervades every aspect of our being. It is the ground that we walk upon. And yet so often we get orientated toward the freneticness of our lives, the doing piece of our lives. So as we begin to sit and we get first this experience of usually the noise that's happening inside, the noise, the incessantness, and it can be uncomfortable to sit with that. But what we're doing is we're choosing stillness. And it's how those two are meeting each other and how we are beginning to navigate that internal space. This is what we're practicing and why they call it a practice. So it's our relationship to the noise, to the agitation at times, to whatever it is that might be in there for us. And the more we meet that space, the more we sit with that space and let whatever it is that needs to move through us do that, the closer we get to experiencing that place of stillness. And in the beginning, it might be nothing, or it might be a glimpse, or it might be a moment, or it might be a sense of the stillness. But the more we practice, the more resilient we become in that journey, in that accessing of that quality that is inherent to being a human being. It's the being piece of it, the isness piece. The idea of the ground of being, or how we really begin to experience a quality of presence. And that stillness has inherent within it a sense of completeness. It is a place of no lack, which is, often a radical idea to the mind, because our mind is so programmed around lack. The mind has these core beliefs around I'm not this, I'm not that, and creates all this agitation and this uneasiness about being in the moment, or our kind of general disposition toward being still. Like for most of us, we want to be busy, we want to be occupied, we want to zone out, which is not really stillness. It's another way of distracting ourselves. But a lot of what we're distracting ourselves doesn't actually exist. It's etherical. It's not. It's a figment of our imagination. It's a belief that we've created for some reason. But often that journey again has a quality of discomfort to it. Like to sit in the discomfort is a huge practice, and one that we in the West, we're not great at. We're great at distraction. That's our forte. So this is, in some ways, is a radical thing to do. But what we get to do through these practices is bring a different quality of our experience of ourselves. It's like a deeper part of ourselves can be experienced. And this is how ultimately we change. This is how our experience of self changes. How we get to tap into or experience a sense of greater ease within ourselves. Because if we're registering our lives or experiencing our lives from that low-level agitation or that low-level distraction, that's what we're going to experience, even if we're ignoring it or denying it or associating it with, whatever it is, buying something, a coffee, whatever our way of distracting ourselves from the discomfort that we're carrying around. So really the only way out is through. And often the experience that we have as we go through it is much easier than the imagined experience that the distraction is fueled by. So we're sitting, we'll close our eyes, relax our shoulders and our belly. Take a few deeper breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So those exhalations can really allow you to drop. Like that sense of drop down into your pelvis, drop down into your feet. Feel into those foundational places in your body. That very practical piece of the body is simply here. It's actually physically here. And when we feel those places, when we attend to or attune to those places, the nervous system will respond. The nervous system goes, okay, here I am. Okay, I can begin to relax. I can begin to regulate. So just notice the foundation of your body. And then again, come back to the breath. So either choosing your natural breath, or if you find that deepening the breath slightly is supportive, then work with that breath. But make it very comfortable, very easy. And then when you meet the distraction, whatever, you might wander off into thoughts and then take a while before you realize, I'm gone off into thoughts. When you realize you've wandered, the game is to be kind to yourself. That the goal isn't kindness. The same way if your child got distracted, would you give out to your child? No, of course not. So treat yourself the same way. When you notice, you come back, and that's the practice. It's not per se getting it right or always being with the breath. It's having this human experience and letting the practice work around that, work with what's there. So gently allow yourself to be close to your breath, and then sit for as long as you have to sit this morning.